Hi, I'm Daz. I'm the producer of The Drift and the creator of Starlight. And it's been an interesting couple of days, actually. Yesterday I went to one of these conventions. I've been to one already in Norwich, and I went to the one yesterday in Birmingham, the Memorabilia. And it's very interesting because actually it wasn't a science fiction convention, it was actually sort of all genres and styles and stuff, from from sportsman to television to science fiction to comic. Which is great because I had a whole sort of variety of things to see. And notwithstanding just the sort of just getting to see people and see what the flavours are and looking at what the interest is, looking at how many comic book stalls there are compared to, say, memorabilia, compared to, say, famous people, signing autographs, things like that. It was very interesting as a filmmaker, especially one who's obviously developing one movie, Starlight, and having finished another one and is now in post-production of The Drift. So it was very interesting. But I think the biggest thing, and it's actually a bit of a surprise for me, and it was from a sort of filmmaking point of view, was the talks, because I don't normally go to those, to be honest, because I find them a little bit of a waste of time. And the reason why is because most of the time when you go to them, the people that generally ask, in my opinion, quite stupid questions. And I don't mean to be disrespectful. What I mean is that asking questions like, what was it like filming with James Cameron, or whatever, to be honest, is you're going to get a kind of standard answer. They're not going to say the guy was awful. And they're most likely going to say it was a dream and it's wonderful, because these guys want to get further work. They don't want to sort of slate people they're working with, and asking what it was like to do special effects and be a zombie or something. Well, of course it was awesome, So you kind of get an answer you already know, and also you see them on DVD features and stuff like that. But people can't help themselves. So kind of getting slightly soapboxy about it. I don't mean to, but what I'm saying is that that's why I don't go. But this time I did, because I went with my mum and my wife, and they just quite liked the seats, to be honest. Lots of walking around. There were just chairs there, so they sort of sat there the whole day, and I sort of dipped in and out. And actually, I sat in for quite a few of these talks just to have a sandwich and a cup of tea, and they were really good. And the two that were the most useful was the first one was with David Hasselhoff, which was strange because he's quite an outrageous chap. It was definitely enjoyable. The whole experience was good, but the question that he was asked was about was he going to make another Knight Rider, or are they going to do another Knight Rider? And he spoke at length about the sort of the challenges that he has in making films, and even someone like him with his sort of legacy and what he's achieved and how famous he is. He's one of the most sort of famous TV stars ever, and he is struggling to sort of relaunch a franchise that was very, very popular. So that was interesting, because it's assumed, I think, that some people like that might just be able to do what they like. The world's their oyster. And then there's a few other sort of people sort of came and went, and the next one was Michael Biehn and his wife Jennifer, who obviously teamed up in marriage, but also teamed up in production. And they spoke very interestingly about new production models within Hollywood, and the film company that they have set up, and the things that, whilst again they talked a little bit about Terminator and the Abyss and 90210 and all that kind of stuff, they actually, I asked them one question which they just didn't, I don't think they were ever going to stop talking about it, which was brilliant from my point of view. But they were talking about how difficult it is in the industry, and how technology has changed, and how you can make films for less money, but it's still a lot of money. And they were saying, to the audience, you've got to get out there, you've got to make films, you've got to go out and don't let anything hold you back. And that's really heartwarming to hear, because that's exactly what I've been saying and what I try and sort of get people to do. So I won't say misery loves company, that these people that higher in the food chain are struggling too. I think the message is that no matter how successful you are, it will always be a struggle. Making a movie is really difficult, and the bigger you want to make your film, which generally means the more expensive, then the more difficult it becomes. And I think that's made me feel quite good about what I'm doing, because it has been hard and it will continue to be difficult. But it's not because I came from the backyard. It's because filmmaking is difficult. and it's really nice because when I was meeting in London with a few sort of high-profile producers and writers and stuff, one of the sort of the pep talk I had with one of them, who I know very well, said, "Look, Daz, when you meet these guys, don't feel that that you don't deserve to be here. Don't feel that just because you've made your movies for." For 100 quid to 1,000 to 3,000 to 5,000, that these guys who are making 15, 20, $30 million movies, that you're not supposed to be here. And I kind of thought he was saying that because he wanted me to be confident, But actually, what I think he was saying, or why he was saying it, was because it's the same for everybody. And I think that's a really important lesson. So that was it. I just, having come from a convention where I was hoping to meet some people and have some fun, like with the Chief from Battlestar Galactica. He was awesome, and we've done some videos and bits and bobs. That was really, really good, and that was inspiring too. And he was very interested in Starlight. Again, I don't know if he meant it or he didn't, but I'm looking at Starlight as being a proper production. So perhaps he will be interested in doing it. Possibly even Michael Biehn as well. So going to a convention where I was just going to see what it was like, and to be honest, sort of test the water in terms of looking at the audience and what their interests were. Actually, what I got more back was from the stars, from the celebrities and their take on the industry, and I found that very, very valuable, and I thought that was important to get on a diary. And of course, meeting the Chief from Battlestar was awesome, and he's awesome, so that was good fun too. But there we go, definitely worth going on another one, and I think I shall rack up some really insightful questions like that again, and whilst it might annoy some of the geeks who want to know exactly what happened in episode 5, 24 minutes in, etc., and the continuity problems that ensued, I suspect that these people would much rather be talking about their next project, and how filmmaking has changed, and what the challenges are, and perhaps what we can do to make our own movies.